guys, it's Janie. Welcome back to the Bookworms Buddy. It is time for another Let's Talk Authors. This time I chose to talk about Ted Dekker. Ted Dekker is a Christian fiction writer. His books are not those kind of books that are trying to force religion down your throat. Ted Dekker is more of a psychological thriller writer, very adrenaline-based, action-packed, excitement, and this is the reason why I like his stuff. I have not been disappointed really by anything that I've read so far. Maybe the first book in the Circle series, which was Black, was kind of not what I was feeling maybe at the moment. It was more fantasy-based, so that could have been the issue. I don't know. But everything else that I've read, I have absolutely loved. The very first book I ever read by Ted Dekker was 3, and this is actually a better copy that I just picked up not too long ago. I had the mass market movie cover version of 3. This book is like I said, was the very first book that I ever read by Ted Dekker, and this was years ago that I read it, and that book stuck with me for weeks. And still to this day, I'm just thinking, wow, because it was one of those psychological thrillers, and I did not expect the ending of this book. Did not even see it coming. I was like, whoa. And his books just make you do that. Like, they're edge of your seat kind of books, and I absolutely love that. I love the excitement of that part of the book, because I love the adrenaline rush, and you're like, oh, go, 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 whatever, whatever's going on, and you're like, ah! And it's just, that's the biggest part of what Ted Dekker writes, I think. Another book that I really liked by him was Adam. This is probably first to 3. Maybe I like them the same, but I think this one has a little bit more clout because it was my very first book. This is what introduced me to Ted Dekker. But Adam, you get to get into the mind. There's parts where you get to be in the mind of our antagonist. And when you're reading a psychological thriller, that is awesome, to be in the mind of your antagonist, because you get to see what makes them tick. And why are they like the way they are, and what their plans are, and what they get out of it. And he does that very well in this book with our antagonist. And again, on the edge of my seat reading this book. He writes fantastic. And like I said before, I've not been disappointed by really anything that he's wrote besides Black, which really wasn't disappointment. It was more like not ready for it, which leads me to series that he's wrote. The Circle series was one of them that I read. Black. More on the fantasy. If you like fantasy, you're probably going to really like that one. And another one of the series that he wrote that I absolutely love is the Paradise series. This one starts with Showdown, and then there's Saint, and then there's Sinner. It's just a trilogy, and it's a fantastic trilogy, guys. My favorite probably would be Saint out of this. I love our antagonist in this series. His name is Marsubius Black. He makes a fantastic villain, one that you just seething when you're reading about him. And he's created beautifully. All the characters are created really, really well in this trilogy. With the book Sinner, it seems like he got away from the good versus evil a little bit in this, and it was more like belief versus belief, and it kind of threw the story off a little bit for me. But other than that, it's a fantastic series, and I absolutely loved it. Loved the characters. Love our villain, like I said. It just got a little off-kilter for me. Something else that I really liked was The Bowman's Daughter, The Bride Collector. He's just got so many great books that everybody should check out, because, if you like Christian fiction, but you like a little bit extra, if you like the action and the adrenaline rushing excitement, then you're going to love Ted Dekker, because he is fantastic when it comes to making your mind just a mess, because just the way he writes, it just makes you whoa kind of thing. So if you've not tried Ted Dekker and you do like Christian fiction, even if you haven't read Christian fiction, you should really try him out. The books that I recommend usually are 3 and Adam, because those are just 2 of my favorites. But really, anything that he writes is fantastic. So if you've read Ted Dekker, let me know in the comments below, and we will talk about it. Thanks, guys, for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.